Hi, Steve Gamache here with a Chef Knives to Go quick look product video, and today we're looking at the Fujiwara FKH-09 carbon steel Gyuto 210mm. So this line of knives has a core steel, as we just mentioned, of a carbon steel. I think it might be SK4. Some people have speculated that. The heat treat rating is about 60 on this, and the construction is mono steel, so the entire blade is made out of that same material. There's no cladding or layers on it, so the entire knife is reactive. The weight on this is 6 ounces, pretty light, and it's got a light nimble feel to it. The blade length is slightly over 210 at 214, and the overall length is a little over 13 inches. The spine at the base on this is a pretty thin blade, is about 2.2 millimeters right here above the spine, and it pretty much holds that the way through. You get a little bit of distal taper right where the grind starts, but it holds that a fair amount of the way through the blade. The blade height is 43.6 on this particular sample. I would think these are all fairly close since they're machine made. The handle type is just a basic black packerwood handle with good fit and finish. There's no big bumps on this. It's got a kind of a nice slender feel to it. It's not a particularly large handle, but it fits the knife quite well. The profile on this, again, there we go. The profile on this blade has just a good all-around profile, not particular super flat, not particularly super curvy with a lot of belly, but works well for a variety of cutting styles. And the knife is quite thin at the edge. This is a pretty nice performing blade. Actually, I should say it's a very nice performing blade. The out-of-the-box edge on this is very, very sharp. It's got some bite. It's very, very sharp. I will say I'm a lefty, and on some ingredients, like taller ingredients, I don't know if you can see if I can get close enough, but it's got a pretty large bevel on the edge. On camera, there we go. It's got a pretty large bevel on the edge on the right side of the knife. If you're holding the knife, that's the right side. And the left side doesn't have much of a bevel. So this is more like a, I don't know, 80 or 90, 10, 90% right, 10% left. And for me, being a lefty, it did steer a little on some things. If you were to put more of a larger bevel on the left side of the knife to bring it back more towards the center, where the apex of the edge bevel is, I think it would straighten out the steering. But only do that if that's an issue for you. If it doesn't steer for you, and actually, even if it does a little, usually once you cut with something for a while, you'll adjust to it. But really nice performing blade. Like I said, it's pretty slender. It's not a tall knife, but it's a very light, very nimble. The balance point is just right in here at the bolster, pretty much right about there. And it's just a real nimble knife, and it does go through products extremely well. It's a very high performance knife for the money. So if you're interested in an all carbon blade that's easy to sharpen, and one of the other things I like about this, actually over the FKM series, I think it's kind of cool, is it's got stamped embossed kanji on it versus just screened on kanji, and it kind of gives more of an old school feel to it. So I think it's a really nice touch they put on these knives. So this is a very high value carbon line of knives with great performance. The Fujiwara FKH-09 Carbon Gyuto 210mm.